Howdy folks, Slinging Toad here, and I just want to start this video by saying two things. Firstly, that the title of this video is not clickbait. I am in fact ending my YouTube channel, at least from the standpoint of being an active content creator. That doesn't mean that I'm leaving YouTube altogether, folks. Doesn't mean I'm going to delete my channel or get rid of all my content. At least I don't plan to do that. That could come down the road, but not in the immediate future. I don't plan to do that. But as far as an active content creator, actively making content, that I've decided to stop. I'll get more into that momentarily here. The second thing I wanted to say is that this is not a video I wanted to make. This has been on my mind a long time. It's not been a lighthearted decision, folks. It's been something I've been deliberating about for well over a year. For those of you who've been here longer than a year, you'll remember about a year ago I took some time off, and it kind of helped, but at the same time I came back and I still kind of feel the same as to where I was over a year ago with how I felt about leaving YouTube back then. And I'm still kind of in the same place. And you know, if you're still thinking about something a year later, probably means you should do it. Now, before I get into discussing more about that, I want to just clear up some things. I want to nip any rumors in the butts. The reasons why I'm not leaving YouTube. Okay, so I don't want anyone. First of all, I don't want anyone worrying about me or thinking that, oh no, Toad's in trouble. First of all, it's not due to trolls, okay? I've worked in factories and customer service my entire life. I've got a very thick skin. Trolls are not the problem. You know, in fact, tell you the truth, 95% of the comments I get are nice, wonderful comments from nice, wonderful people. It's only less than 5% are bad, negative comments. Yeah, you do get the odd one that does kind of dig into you a little bit, but trolls are not the reason why I'm deciding to end my channel. I don't have a problem with trolls at all, and that's not one of the reasons for it. Health issues. I'm perfectly healthy. It's not that at all, folks. It's not a health problem. Not me, not someone in my family or anything like that, or a friend. It's nothing to do with that. It's not any sort of financial troubles. It's not any sort of relationship issues. It's not any sort of family issues. It's not any sort of legal issues. You know, it's nothing like that, folks. You know, I'm fine. My family's fine. The Toad tribe's fine. Don't worry about me. It's nothing like that at all. I'm not leaving YouTube because of any nefarious reasons, okay? And I don't want anyone worrying about that, thinking, okay, you know, something's not right with Toad and that's why he's leaving. There are many other reasons why I am leaving YouTube. I'm not going to get into all. So yeah, I've been making content now on YouTube since 2018. My first video, in fact, was on April 25th, 2018. So that's, by my count, almost 8 years that I've been actively making content on YouTube. And when I last checked, I was around 1,300 subscribers. Yes, you heard that correctly, folks. 8 years, 1,300 subscribers. Now, I want to just say something right now. I am very, very thankful for the subscribers that I have. The people that do follow me, I'm very, very thankful for you. And I appreciate all of your support, okay? But I've been pouring my heart and soul into this channel for 8 years, and the dividends, the payoffs, aren't where they should be, okay? And that's no fault of you, the viewers. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm not saying you guys watching me aren't doing your job, because you are, okay? But there's definitely a lot of people who watch my videos and don't click that subscribe button. The analytics tell me that. And I know someone's going to say, oh, well, it's not a numbers game, and that's usually coming from a bigger channel that got their success way faster than I did, or way faster than 8 years, that's for sure. You know, and at the end of the day, it is a numbers game. That's why YouTube has analytics, okay? If it wasn't, they wouldn't even have that, okay? If you don't get the views, you don't get the subscribers, you don't ultimately get monetization and sponsors and all the above, okay? So it is very much a numbers game, okay? But I made the decision quite some time ago, folks, with all being said, to not make it a numbers game. I chose not to make YouTube to be a full-time job, okay? In fact, it's more of a hobby to me. But even at this point in time in my life, it's becoming like work. I'm at that point where I feel like I have to put a video out, you know, every week. I got to get a video out. I got to put content out. And, you know, when you're a self-funded channel, as I am, I'm not sponsored. I don't get knives sent to me for free. I don't get money given to me. I'm not making any, my channel's not monetized, none of the above. You know, if there's any ads playing in my videos, that's not me putting them in, that's YouTube doing that. It's not me, okay? I see no money whatsoever. And folks, it gets expensive to run a channel. Knives are expensive, folks. Very expensive. And when you're in a position where just to keep content flowing, you're having to acquire a new knife every week, that gets costly, okay? Yeah, there are ways to go around it. You know, I can do trades, I can do trading and selling and all that. And I've done some of that stuff in the past. I got burnt once, and I've learned not to do that again. But it's just a pain in the butt, and it's just not something I care to do. You know, for the effort I have to put into it, it just isn't worth it to me, you know. And I'm at a point now where I'm just kind of saying it's time to cut my losses, okay? My heart and soul just isn't in it anymore, folks. The wind has been knocked out of my sails. I'm jaded with YouTube, and I'm jaded with a lot of things that are going on in the world right now. It's not just YouTube, but I just lack the desire and the will to make content, you know. And like I said, I do feel like it's becoming work to make a video. For example, there's a video that I've been trying to make forever now. I've got this Groman knife blank here, and I've got some custom G10 scales for the knife. And I'm in the process of building this out. The other day I was filming some of that, recording some of that, and I just realized how annoying it was to have to set the camera up and try and get the right angle to show the grinder, and I was making mistakes. And you know, it gets costly when you start goofing up because you're worried about where your camera's located and you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and you're grinding off too much material, and now this is garbage and I gotta go buy more G10 material. G10 material is not terribly expensive, but it's annoying that I gotta go order more because I buggered it up trying to get the right camera angle. I'm not a high dollar show, folks. I don't have a cameraman or a camera crew. You know, I'm not one of these big YouTube channels that has all that and has fancy editors and everything like that to do all that work for me. I'm just one guy by myself with a, you know, literally using my cell phone and a cheap tripod, okay? I know this sounds like I'm complaining, folks, and I want that to don't take that as complaining. I'm just trying to explain where I'm at here. The fact of the matter is to me, it's more like work than it is fun, you know, and I don't want to make bad content, and I don't want to do a bad job. And so whether or not I've ever finished this video, I don't know, okay? If I do finish the video, I'll publish it. I'll put it out, okay? I'll make that as a promise to you guys. If I do finish this project and I finish recording it, I'll put the video up on my channel, and that'll be my last final video, most likely, okay? If I do make any further content beyond that, it'll be stuff I really, really want to make. It won't be because I got a new knife in or whatever, you know. It'll be something I really, really want to do, okay? You know, I'm not going to be making active content going forward anymore, folks. So don't hold your breath on this one. It might happen, whether it happens next week, next month, next year, who knows, okay? Now, one thing I want to say is that I do really, really appreciate all the support from my viewers, my supporters, all those who have, you know, helped me along the way. I'm very, very thankful for that. In fact, as a way of giving back, I'm going to be putting down in the description box a list of channels that I want you guys to check out as my final shout outs, if you will. do some channels that I feel are worthy of taking a look at and subscribing to. Also, I have to say that I've been floored by the overwhelming support of the Thankful Thursday open tag. It is my last request that open tag carries on. It never dies. I really do hope that, even with me deciding to no longer make content, that tag will continue going forward and people will continue to give thanks in this community. That is one thing this community is very strong for, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm proud of you. Folks, it is now with a very heavy heart that I say my final goodbye to YouTube, to my friends here on YouTube, to the knife community, to the Toad tribe. Take care, my friends. For the last time, this is Singing Toad, signing out.